Tomorrow night, the Moses Lake School District holds the final public meeting to address secondary overcrowding. Here with the story is Ryan Lancaster.
As the Moses Lake School District prepares to hold its final public meeting on the issue of secondary crowding this Thursday, some community members say they're hesitant to choose from a list of 4 proposed solutions. The meetings on the issue started last summer after the failure of a $115 million bond that would have funded a new high school and 2 new elementary schools. The district is now in the process of forming another long-range planning committee that will look at how to address overcrowding in the next 10 to 20 years, likely through another bond. But meanwhile, Superintendent Michelle Price says shorter-term solutions are needed to deal with the lack of space.
The hallways, the cafeterias, the libraries, the bathrooms, where kids can't move around. At Chief Mo Middle School, they're sardines walking through the hallways, and you got kids on top of each other to get into their lockers.
Price says the district has sorted through input gleaned from the public meetings and an online survey to come up with 4 possible options.
Each meeting, we've brought back something different that was responsive to the input that we received or the questions we received.
The options are do nothing, move 6th graders into elementary schools, move to a staggered year-round schedule for all students, or make Central Basin Secondary School into a middle school and expand the school day at the high school. Amy Jorgensen has 4 kids in the Moses Lake school system. She feels that the only ideas presented for final consideration are intentionally unpopular.
The administration and the school board want a new high school, and they're upset that the bond didn't pass. So they're going to ram the new high school through by making these other options unattractive.
Several other Moses Lake parents and residents we spoke with about this issue share Jorgensen's concerns that the proposed options won't do enough to alleviate overcrowding and are not an accurate representation of the community as a whole. Some raise the fact that the district's survey was only sent out to a few thousand people and only in English. Michelle Price.
It was put on our website. It was done only in English, but that said, we did meet with our migrant and ELL families to talk about what was going on and to get their feedback and input.
Former school board member Randy Bruce is among the district's critics. Like Jorgensen, he believes there's a preconceived agenda behind the district's proposed options.
I believe they want 3 schools, and if it hurts bad enough, we'll vote and do it. I think they are still reeling from losing the bond the last time.
Bruce believes the biggest mistake the school board could make is undoing the alternative high school program at Columbia Basin Secondary School.
Closing alternative school, it's ridiculous. We're not fixing anything. We're still going to have to build schools, and it makes our high school situation worse.
Bruce says closing CBSS would inject as many as 100 students into an already overpacked high school. But Price asserts the option would allow the district to focus on grades 9 through 12 by taking care of anticipated middle school growth for the next 6 years.
It's not that their needs aren't important and that we don't want to meet them. We absolutely do. But when we look at the big picture of we have 7,900 students in the system and we've got about 3,500 of them that are impacted in this crowding situation, how do we look at the big scope?
Long-term, Bruce and others see the need for another high school, but he says for now the district should spare CBSS by sending 6th graders back to elementary school.
This problem's not going away, and we can have all the meetings we want, and it's not addressing the problem or solving it. And I wish we had administration that would just take action and do something and go about it.
That, says Price, is just what they finished asking the community to help them do.
I got an email yesterday of all these options stink, and it's like, okay, but what other ideas do you have? Because that's where we get stuck, is that there is no easy option, and change is hard for all of us.
Jorgensen admits she doesn't know what the best option is at this point, but she feels the district should keep looking and keep trying to get the community involved before settling on something she says could be irreversible.
Yes, we need to do something. We need to think ahead. We need to have vision, but do we need to rush into a decision to dissolve CBSS? No, we don't. That's a poor choice.
The final meeting on secondary overcrowding takes place Thursday, March 21st, starting at 6:30 p.m. at the Moses Lake Civic Center Auditorium. More info is available at moseslakeschools.org. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Ryan Lancaster reporting.
We'll have more on this issue as it moves forward at iFIBER1.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.